there's nothing to do. Oh my god, I am so bored. Let's just set some fires. Boring, terrible. No, we always set fires. I know. We need to get out of here. That sounds lame, but whatever. Anything? No, the otter isn't working. We never come up with good ideas on the otter. Whoa, nothing is solved. No, you are not. Boring, terrible. No. What are you doing? I have no idea. I'm sorry. I was just so bored. I know. I'm still totally bored. Boring, terrible. No.
Wow! What up guys, ThePartyKnife here, coming at you with the single most impactful video in Vermintide history. That's right, because today guys, we're gonna kill boredom once and for all. Now if you're anything like me, you spend hours and hours in the keep being bored out of your mind, but sadly too dumb to realize that you could fix it all just by playing the game. But sadly, that's not gonna happen, because we're dumb as fuck, you and I, and so I had no choice but to use my intellectual genius to come up with a brilliant solution. And in today's video guys, we're gonna do a deep dive into Sigmar, and I'm not talking about stuff. I'm talking about a literal deep dive into Sigmar. And have you ever wondered what is behind this door? No, me neither. But that's not gonna stop me from figuring out the truth. And today, you will get answers to questions so irrelevant you weren't even aware that you didn't care about the answers enough to ask the questions. Also, what else did I have? Oh yeah, have you ever thought about what's behind door number 2? I didn't think so. But what is behind door number 2? I don't know, but we're gonna find out today as we count down my picks for the top 10 best secrets in Taal's Horn Key. So equip your biggest brain, forget all about unlocking that frame, and come with me on the train to up your keep game. Wow, I know, my poem skills are off the charts. And if you thought that rhyme was lame, get out of here, man. You're insane. Cringe overload!
Subscribe now.
Enough screwing around, let's get right down to it. Now we are gonna start off with some of the more basic secrets that most of you are probably already familiar with, but I wanna make sure that everyone knows. And don't worry, I guarantee you, unless you have absolutely no life at all whatsoever, there will be at least one secret on this list that you were not aware of. But essentially, the first secret we got on our hands is a hidden pathway behind the cosmetic shop, which puts you in the tower located in the corner of the keep where the dummies spawn. And that's pretty much all there is to say about this one, so let's move on. Now, don't you just hate it when your entire team is swagging around on the roof of the keep and you're not invited and you have no idea how to get up there because you're not on the Handmaiden, you're not on the Battle Wizard, you're not on the Slayer, so what do? Well, my friends, you grab Bob. Now, this dummy, this one specifically, is named Bob, okay? Just want to put that out there. Spread it, okay? This is Bob. Nothing else. This is Bob and he's a level 27 Scarecrow, okay? And we're gonna use Bob to position him such that we can actually jump up there without the use of any abilities. I know, right? Fucking genius move. And guys, it gets even better. Now, if you're a real troll, what you do is you grab Bob after you get up on the roof, so the others can't get up there with you. It's amazing. It's the best troll. Now, moving on. Once you're up here, if you are playing one of the heroes that happen to have a career ability with mid-air thrusting capabilities, then my friends, you're in luck. Because for whatever reason, this Whomping Willow tree seems to be completely unaffected by my presence as long as I'm standing on top of it. And for all you tiny brain wannabe nerds who didn't get it, that was a Harry Potter reference. Don't take it personal, guys. Just representing here, staying on the topic of trees. To all you tree climbing, camouflage wearing, wannabe guerrilla suit sniping, Call of Duty Pro pretenders out there, we got this one. Not one, not two, but 3 trees, okay? If I don't move, I am invisible. Wait, what were you saying? Rats have eyes? But that's no fair. Oh, god damn it. And while we're on the topic of unfairness and the goddammit that follows shortly after, how about Sienna, who has her very own solitary confinement cell, and it's literally impossible to escape. which sucks a bit for Sienna, cause I really doubt she's eligible for early parole, considering the whole spontaneous explosion thing she's got going on. And I mean, clearly the people on the plane were overreacting. I mean, come on, only 3 people died from the explosion, and there were still 253 people left. I mean, come on, there's a difference between a plane crash and an emergency landing. But clearly that wasn't a distinction they were willing to make in the moment. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, killing myself. So guys, here's the thing. You can't actually die in the keep. You might have seen someone do it before. Now, there are several places where you can do this, but this is probably the most well-known one. Now, it really just comes down to placing your career ability, your teleport, in a position that is far enough down that it's actually underneath the trigger, which prompts your relocation to the keep. Assuming you can avoid that trigger, you will keep falling and eventually die in the keep and start spectating your teammates. And you'll be unable to change your hero or swap to a different class for the duration of that session until you've exited the main menu, click play, and started a new one. Now, this next one, try at your own peril. It does require that you have the collector's edition in order to spawn the statue of Sigmar, but assuming you got that covered, that looked insanely easy, right? But I guarantee you, it's not, okay? Like, due to the angle and the force from Handmaiden's ulti, you will literally have to do it at the perfect angle, or you'll just immediately drop off, okay? I thought this was gonna be an easy one to perform, easy one to record. It took me over 50 attempts. Now, admittedly, there were a couple of times where I landed on it and then accidentally fell off after because I was stupid, but even so, after hours of practice, it's still like 1 in 5 jumps that I succeed. And of course, Sienna just had to pour salt all over the shame and right in front of Sigmar because it was so damn easy to get up there with Sienna. But then again, getting up there was never the goal with Sienna. No, Sienna, she wanted to get inside Sigmar. I mean closer to Sigmar. She wanted to get closer to Sigmar. And as you can see, she clearly succeeded. Wait, what? What are you saying? What? We have to tear down the Sigmar statue? Why? Oh, now I get it. It's now a historical monument, promoting unequal rights and the suppression of women, and if I disagree and don't tear it down, I am a Nazi racist. Yeah, that makes sense. Political alert! Now, most of you guys have probably already seen this little jump puzzle, or whatever you want to call it, that you can practice in the center hall. And it's a great way to improve your mechanical movement input skills, whilst also saving you the bill of having to cryopreserve most of your organs to avoid dying of old age while you're waiting for that fucking elf player to roll his crit chance attack speed on his melee weapon. Also, should you find yourself in the incredibly infuriating situation of having a friend who plays this game 5 times as much as you do, and you constantly having to keep up with him, and him being freaking smug about it the entire time, then simply go into the keep, waste a measly 5 hours until you've practiced it to perfection, and by the time you've already completed the entire run twice, and he's fucked it up in the same spot 10 times, I can promise you, despite his best attempts to hide the pain and the shame, salt concentrations of that level are easily detectable even through a headset, as the time has come to reap what you have sown, as you bathe in the sweet and salty nectar of his pain, anguish, and frustration, as the thought of inferiority in the one and only field he's ever deemed himself talented at slowly but surely enters his mind, creeps up on his soul, and bit by bit, piece by piece, devours his will to live. Oh yeah, the video. We're in a tree that is actually much easier to access from the opposite side. And I do apologize, guys, for the pretty dark humor and extremely unrelated references that I add for absolutely no reason, but this is what happens when I don't have the time to script my videos. But anyways, now this is the one I've been looking forward to the most. And it's probably the least known one. I've only ever seen one person who even knew the first part, and there's like 3, 4, 5 parts to this one. Now, I think you do need to play Sienna. It is possible that it's possible with another hero, but I do think you need to play Sienna. Now, the first part is pretty straightforward, and the teleport into the keep wall is fairly easy to execute. Now, this second teleport is a little bit more tricky. It's not too bad, but essentially you want to move forward while you're doing the teleport. Now, the idea is that you should eventually end up inside the stone that's right in front of you. Now, I usually get it in like 5 to 6 teleports. You want to sort of move it as far back as you can, like that. And this next one is fairly easy as well. Now, once you're here, you have a dilemma of possibilities. But in the spirit and honor of all dwarfs and hobbits, we are going to start with the hole in the ground. Now, but this is not any little old hole in the ground. This hole in the ground leads to the door! That's right. Kruber essentially has first-class access to the mines of Helmgard, and he hasn't even told Bardin. I mean, that's just cruel. Like, this is essentially dwarf Narnia. That's what this is, okay? This is a closet leading to Moria. That's what this is. And by the looks of it, Kruber has already been doing quite a lot of digging himself. I mean, that is assuming it's not just a side effect caused by erosion due to its location directly underneath Kirillion's salty tears. But then again, who knows? This is all just speculation. Anyways, let me set up the scene for you here. Imagine that you're playing hide and seek with your teammates, as you do, right? And it doesn't matter, okay? If you're playing hide and seek, they can have your outline toggled on, and you can have theirs toggled off, okay? And I guarantee you, if you're in this room, you will win that hide and seek every freaking time. I'm telling you, this is the best hiding spot. People will get super maximum confused if you're just sitting here, because you're like right underneath the keep, like the Great Hall's floor, but you're also right above the room with the Narnia closet in the basement. So people are essentially going to be running up and down trying to look for you, because they can sort of see your outline, but they also sort of can't see it, because it's a little bit bugged. So one moment they think you're upstairs, one moment they think you're downstairs, and they'll just be super confused. It's great. Anyways, there are so many places you can go from here, and I'll let you guys explore the rest as we move on to our final secret, for which there are 2 ways to approach the first teleport. One is a bit harder than the other. We're going to start with the difficult one, the tricky one of the 2. Now, it's not that bad, but the other way is slightly easier, but I'll show you both ways regardless. Now, the interesting thing about this particular out of bounds is the amount of layers to it. You can go so many places just based off a couple of teleports here. And there we go, we're in our first location. Now, a slightly easier way to get up there, it feels more consistent, and it's easier to actually use the 2 teleports in quick succession, if you ask me, is simply to go up into this corner here, get a teleport upstairs here, and don't fuck it up like I just did there. Now, once you get the first teleport, simply walk out on this beam here. You have to be fairly precise with the location you're standing in and the location you're looking at. But it's not that bad, because you have a clear visual indicator as to whether or not it's in the right place or not, so you can just keep adjusting. And once you have a clear circle up here, simply release, and it should put you up on the roof. Now, once you're up here, you want to make your way up on the wall here, and use your teleport to get up on the stone wall, and then further up on the wooden structure, which should get you all the way to the top in no more than 2 teleports. Once you're up there, go to the side facing the mountains, and start wiggling your teleport up and down, right in the corner of an intersection between 2 differently angled invisible walls. This corner allows you to sort of nudge it through, and once you have a teleport that's up here and looks like this, you can just release it and you're through. Now, as you might imagine, there are a lot of places you can go from here. A lot of possibilities, and yes, you can get to the other side of that tower, but there's one location in particular that we're extra curious about. Now, once you've reached this side of the gaping hole, you want to be a little bit careful and get into the right position, allowing you to carefully position your teleport, ensuring that you're going to stay up and not fall down. And if done so correctly, you should be standing on a slab of land all the way down here. Now, the interesting part about this area here is if you look up, that's a tunnel, and there's a door into more nothingness.
Man, there is nothing to do! Oh my god, I am so bored! Sorry, I was just so bored! I know! I'm still totally bored!
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Normally, I would end it with a little video clip using my webcam, but I'm simply in a hurry right now and behind schedule, and I have some people waiting for me, so I simply don't have the time to do that. But I genuinely hope you guys enjoyed this little meta video. Sort of different, sort of out there, I know. But hopefully you found it interesting. And as always, I love you guys. Stay awesome. Peace out.